7th of November, 2024, coming up on today's Global Intelligence Agency Operations Report. Finally, the Emperor wears no clothes. What is the deep state going to do without any AI assist? Guess they should have taken that 50-50 offer when they had the chance. And Israel declares a 60-day ceasefire against Lebanon for more than one reason. Find out what is really being said behind the scenes. And apparently General McCaffrey wants war. Well, it's war you'll get. Just remember, I don't play by the Law of War handbook. Well, it's the 27th of November. I can't believe it. We are almost into the last month of the year. It has been an interesting year for sure. A lot has been accomplished on our side of it, so things are going fairly well. And there's still a lot more to come, I hope. More of a positive side. Okay, so in the last couple of days, we've talked about bloodlines and how bloodlines really originated. And there was a few others that I did not mention. There were actually some of the I should say, some of the deep state that was half and half. I guess you would say both from quote unquote Adam and from Lilith. You know, they were, I guess you would say, the bloodline or the spawn of Cain. So they did their best to try to see if they could, well, if this side isn't going to work anymore, let me play on that side. But it's a little bit too late for that by the time they decided to try to make that decision. And that family lost also. So the good news is that we're nearing right about 100% of the bloodlines that have lost their AI connections, which means they're no longer sharing a consciousness with an AI system dictated by some character or another from history, from the lower astral. So this is a positive thing. Is this going to give them instant common sense and morality? I highly doubt it. But it is making them a little bit upset because now they're just regular humans. They have no connection that is superior to the rest of us. Actually, if anything, our connection is getting stronger on our side and theirs is getting weaker. So that in of itself is a positive thing. For some of them, let's just say they're a little bit upset. Because the further away we get from AI systems, the further we get to the golden age AI actually integrating into human-computer networks, which means they have less and less control. This is a positive thing for us and a negative thing for them. Some of them have kind of lost it a little. I'm not going to lie, in the last 48 hours. A little bit tired over here. It's been a pretty long day for me, a long couple of days, because some of these generals with the global headquarters are getting, well, let's just say on tilt. They're getting a little bit haphazard, a little crazy. They're doing things with what they perceive as their power that is going to get them into a lot of trouble. One of such people is General McCaffrey. The interesting thing happened today. So Mr. McCaffrey, or General McCaffrey, I guess, of the now global headquarters, used to be of the U.S. military, decided that it was a really good idea to try and see what he could do to attack me personally. So that was fun today. He fired up some things from 3 different facilities. One would be Norfolk, Virginia, another being Fort Dix McGuire, and another underneath Langley. These facilities contained human-made Dyson spheres, obviously with the aid of others at one point in time. And there was a little bit more to it. I guess there was more space junk underneath there. And they gave it a go at me for about an hour or so before I found them. Turns out by the time I got to the last facility, Norfolk, I called them And I said, hey, who ordered this? I didn't say it in that way. I said, this is Ground Commander Kimberly Gogan. Who ordered this, exercise? And then they told me it was McCaffrey. And I said, well, General, or they said, well, Colonel McCaffrey. And I said, well, who could that be? Well, that's General McCaffrey's son. So the two of them decided that this was a really good idea. Well, there was a little bit of backlash, let's just say, and some EMPs and some lost data centers and equipment from this. And of course, with 100% certainty, the loss of their Dyson spheres. Oh, boy. So did a little bit of a search, trying to figure out where General McCaffrey was and his son, just to see what's going on there. The guy's gone a little bit crazy. He's used a lot of his own money in some of these operations that you see going on in the Middle East. He's also been involved in a lot of transactions, let's just say, that have not come to fruition. He's borrowed a lot of money from some serious people that could care less one way or the other if you're a general or not, or which rank you are in the deep state when it comes to repaying them. And he's a little bit of a mess. And somehow he thought this was a good idea. Now, if he was thinking straight, he would have thought and said, well, maybe that 50-50 offer doesn't sound too bad, because then I can at least pay back these people, and we can try to continue doing what we're doing. But no, of course not. They want it all or nothing. Well, I guess nothing is what it's going to be. Now, although this little experience today for me made me quite uncomfortable for a little while, I'm sure that the people that were there in those 3 locations are also uncomfortable this evening due to the type of frequency that was sent there. They'll live, they'll be okay, because, they were just taking orders from some crazy global headquarters general. But, as for McCaffrey and his friends there, you got to be a little bit careful, guys, because you've never fought a real war. All your wars have been orchestrated for you, and you know that. They didn't actually orchestrate any wars. Maybe they were given some orders on down the line to do their part, and that's great for them. I'm sure when some of them were in the trenches, whether that's the Vietnam War, because a lot of these guys are older, or in the Middle East, perhaps that felt like a real war to them, because people do die. Soldiers are hurt. There are a lot of people lost. Not that they care, but from our standpoint, it definitely is it does feel like a real war on the ground. However, behind the scenes, there's no strategy behind it. There's no win behind it. It's all about making money. And these people strive to get into positions with global headquarters so that they can make more money on war. Most of the people that are giving the orders for all of these troops to go to various locations are in it for the money. They are people brokers. They're basically human traffickers, if you will, legal human traffickers. They send people to all parts of the world and pimp them out for a war. And I know that's no disrespect to any veterans or anybody that has fought in wars. And I'm not saying you didn't have a real experience or that it wasn't horrible and horrific. But on that level, they don't understand war. I know they think they do, but they don't. So that being said, I do understand the Law of War Handbook. I know that there are only several different types of wars that can actually be played out by the deep state. If you are unaware of that and you were in the military, I'm sure that somewhere up your ranks you can probably try to find the law of war. It does exist. It's not something that they've made public, I do believe. But Mr. McCaffrey has yet to fight a war. Now, as far as I'm concerned, General McCaffrey has declared war against me today. And, well, that might have seemed like a good idea. There was no actual end result. So you've got to know your enemy, and you've got to strategize, and you've got to look at things. So when I look at this, I see a man that's, out a lot of money. He's very upset and angry about that. And somehow he's blaming me when I offered him a 50-50 split just last week or the week before. So I'm not so sure why he's upset with me, but that's fine. Blame me. Okay, no problem. But you didn't have to take it to this level. Therefore, now you made me a little bit angry. So I'm going to be careful in how I choose my words here. But if you want to declare war, I will declare war as well against you and all your global headquarters buddies, and I have no problem with that. As far as I'm concerned, on my side of it, I've pretty much left you people alone unless you've been doing something that is going to be harmful to humanity or to the planet, and definitely to me personally. Other than that, I pretty much leave you alone. I'm doing my job. I'm integrating a new system, which I'm supposed to do because your other one is dying, in order to maintain stability on this planet. I am not here for you, meaning them. I do not work for the deep state. I've never worked for the deep state. I don't understand you people. And quite frankly, today's orders is no exception. Okay, so you attack me. You caused me some pain. Okay, fine. Now what? Are you going to get paid for this? Are you going to get money for this? Are you going to get your system back for this? Are you going to get anything for this? No, probably not. Even if you were successful, probably not. You'd still be in the same position with zero options now in order to get yourself out of this little tenuous situation you've put yourself into. Now, why you're listening to all these people, or maybe you actually think that you are one of the strategists, I have no idea, over there in Deep Stateville. If you are, then you will also know that everything you're doing is pretty much not working, so maybe you should hire a new strategist. But either way, I am a pretty good strategist on my side of it, and I am prepared to carry this out should you continue. That being said, I wish you luck. Next, Israel has also declared a ceasefire against Lebanon for a period of 60 days. Why 60 days, may you ask? 60 days will put Trump into office. Israel feels, and that is because the operatives have told them so, that Trump is a huge supporter of Israel. He is going to arm the country so that they can carry out and give them loads and loads of aid and money so that they could carry out their Greater Israel project. He claims, according to the operatives, dead people do speak in this world, they claim that he is in support of the Greater Israel Project. He is in support of mass genocide, should it need be, in the Middle East, and that he's prepared, once he is in office, to help them. Is that true? I don't care what the operatives say. The fact remains they don't have any access to any facilities, any money, any abilities to actually do any of that. Unless the military-industrial complex that supplies weapons has now become a charitable organization and would like to donate to the cause, in which they have donated a lot already, I highly doubt that they are going to be able to carry out their word. I know they think in some way, shape, or form that I will come around and I will be in support of what it is they're doing. But with all the promises, because remember, deep state Trump operatives, I hear every single word you say. I know every single promise you've made. So if you think I'm going to support any of that, you're so wrong. And I know that's making some people upset as far as government is concerned because they think that they will get me to come around. Well, drilling my head in, Mr. General McCaffrey, is not going to bring me around. It's going to bring me to do something, but bringing me around to your side is not what's going to happen here. Remember, you're not looking to me for information. You're not trying to waterboard me into giving you some information you want or need, because there is no information that you could possibly use. I give it out to you freely 3 days a week. I know you listen to our stuff. I've made offers to you and you still refuse. So if you would like me to give you everything, I'm sorry, that is not my decision. You will have to take it up with Source, the creator. Oh, that's right. You probably have zero connection there. But other than that, I can't help you. There are rules to the game. The game has changed. You don't want to change? That's fine. Then go retire. I don't know what to tell these people anymore. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to keep moving and doing exactly what I said I was going to do, and less Source changes the game. You know, this is a tango or a waltz, I should say, between myself and Source as far as where I go, what I do, creating new systems, integrating new systems. This is all something that has to be a cooperative effort. It's not something I'm choosing to wake up and do on any given day. Unfortunately, there are days where I get zero sleep doing this job, like last night. But anyway, on that note, it doesn't appear that it's sunk in yet, that there is no connection. Either that or they're just very unhappy about losing that connection. I know they're very unhappy that they've been unsuccessful in obtaining world domination and world control over the world's financial system. I know that's making them very upset, but also not my problem and not my fault. It's not my circus, not my monkey, as a friend of mine would say. So, not much I can do there. But other than that, there's not been a whole lot that's gone on in the last 24, 48 hours that I can actually speak about at this moment. We'll see what happens in the next day or so. I'm definitely still working on the holiday here in America. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to those of you that are celebrating in the U.S. I prefer to call it a gratitude day because Thanksgiving Day reminds me of Indian genocide. So I'm sure that there'll be a meal here and probably see my daughter and stuff tomorrow. So that'll be great. But as far as the day is concerned, I try to choose to use it as a gratitude day, meaning, there are a lot of things that I am very thankful for. Very thankful for the capabilities and capacity to do the things that I've done so far and the things that I will do in the future. I'm very grateful for my connection with Source. And there are days where I question myself, but for the most part, you could say that I'm very grateful to have the positions that I have and to be able to do the things that I do. So I'm going to focus on things that I'm very thankful for. Tomorrow is my hope. I hope you do too. And I'm also very thankful for all of you. There's been a lot of you that have been a great support in all of this in more ways than one, both on a warrior level and also watching our channel, supporting us through all the changes that we've gone through over the last 3 years. So I'm very grateful and thankful for all of you. I'm very much looking forward to all that is to come in the next couple of months as far as the channel is concerned. Hopefully, the beginning of next year, we'll see New Earth again, the New Earth series, which will take a little different shape and form. It'll be a standalone series, so that'll be wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. I know that everyone on our staff is working really hard to try to make that happen. And there'll be a lot of good information in there. One thing I'm definitely going to do is probably do an interview with Sunny about what is in your cosmetics and in your lotions, because I'm trying to put together some things for you guys for New Earth Innovations, and I just can't believe what's out there. It's a little crazy. So anyway, been doing a lot of work on that in my spare couple of hours a day, and hope to have those out to you soon. We're just checking and testing a few things, making sure everything is safe for skin use. So working a lot on that. And tomorrow, I hope you all have, if you're in America, I hope you have a wonderful holiday and spend some time with family and friends. And if you're not in America, I hope you do take an opportunity tomorrow to at least maybe celebrate Gratitude Day with us Americans. And just remember all the things that you should be thankful for. Despite how difficult things are in the world sometimes, there are still things that are gifts from the Creator that we have in our lives. So with that being said, I'm sorry the report is a little bit short tonight, but there's just not a lot I can say, especially after this exciting day with some orders that came down from Mr. McCaffrey. So I'm going to get back to work on that for a little while and hopefully enjoy a few hours with some family tomorrow. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on Friday.